Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to the segment of Code Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. The Sabbath for today, Gur ke Bachan Hriday Dhyan Tari, Rasana Jap Japo Banwari, Suhi Mahalla Panjwa, Guru Arjan Dev Ji. And here, Rasana Jap Japo is not a single mental exercise, but a complete reorientation of life. And we will see how the default reading lends itself to a broader nuance. That's the key. So, Gur ke Bachan Hriday Dhyan Tari. So, Bachan is a verb here. Through the Guru's word, Hriday Dhyan, and Dhyan is a state of being. It is a noun here. So, through the Guru's word, within my heart, I established dhyan, rasana, jap, japon, banwari, and with the tongue, I recited, and that resulted in japon, realization of banwari. So through the Guru's word, I established dhyan, attentive awareness. With my tongue, I recited the jap. You see, jap here is also a noun. So there is the literal meaning of Gur Ke Bachan, which is the Guru's speech or instruction received from the Guru. And this speech of the Guru is the illuminating Sabad Guru. Now, the thing is, the question is Gur Ke Bachan. It could be textual, like reading Gurbani, but at the other end of the spectrum, it could be Sabad Guru, that is not amenable to speech. Similarly, rasana is the tongue, but rasana also comes from ras, which means essence, juice. So you see, this is a spectrum, and we move along this spectrum. So if you read these two lines, what the Guru is saying really is that through Gur ke Bachan, Dhyan was established in the heart. Dhyan is that intuitive awareness, attentiveness, a placid mind. And my rasana, jap, it could mean two things. One I've already shared with you, that I recited. And then upon reflection, I realized the Banwari. Banwari is a metaphor for the Har. And so rasana, jap could also mean, jap here is Gur Ka Bachan, that I engaged with Gur Ka Bachan with all my faculties, beginning with the tongue. And Japon, I realized Banwari. In other words, the essence of Gur Ka Bachan is Dhyan, and Dhyan, in that Dhyan is Banwari. You see the link between the words? That is the beauty of this verse. Two dimensions, utterance, attention, they're all combined. And then in the Rahau, Safal Murat Darsan Balihari, Charan Kamal Pran Adhari. Now, fruitful is that embodied presence. Safal Murat. Murat is an embodied presence. And I'm beholden to that vision. And then the lotus feet, Charan Kamal, Man Pran Adhari, are the support of my mind, of my life breath. Now let's reflect on this, speaking of a Safal Murat, a fruitful, fulfilled, or life-giving embodiment. Murat may suggest visible form, but the deeper emphasis is upon the presence in which that divine orientation becomes embodied. Safal Murat is actually not any different from Gur Ke Bachan. It's the same thing. It is a darshan, which could be a vision of the eyes, the way you look at the world, but it is also the Gur Ka Bachan. And what it reorients you is Balihari, that I have given up my ego to that Safal Murat. And Charan Kamal, grounding wisdom, Naam. What have I realized? That Naam is in fact my support, the ground of my being, the support of my mind, my breath. So the Rahau is in fact declaring what sustains our mind, what supports our life breath. And then Sad Sang Janam Maran Nivari Amrit Katha Sun Karan Adhari. Now you're shifting to the ears. Sad Sang Janama Marana Nivari. Sad here could be the external Sad Sangat, awakened company, but the Sad is also the Guru. The Guru can be the Guru person, it could be the textual Guru, but more importantly, it is the Sad, the Shabad Guru that is within. So when you are in company with these awakened minds outside, and their connection with the Sad inside, Nivari, you then are able to resolve the tension of Janama Maran. The cycle of coming and going becomes transparent to you as hukam. So the fear of it evaporates. Janam Maran can also mean the psychological fluctuations of the mind. The mind becomes placid. Amrita Katha is again Guru Bachan. Amrita Katha sun. Sun through the ears, but leading to intuitive awareness, attentiveness. So this whole spectrum, it is not just one thing. It is a very fluid process, beginning with the ear, beginning with the tongue, but leading into dhyan, leading to the Banwari. काम क्रोध लोभ मोह तजारी दृढ़ नाम दान स्नान सुचारी. Now it is addressing the passions: lust, anger, greed, attachment. These are all generative forces. This is the fuel of life, but they have to be cleansed. I mean, in other words, they have to be repurposed. And that is what is meant by Isnan Suchari, is to remove their stain, distill them, like you're distilling a liquid to make it pure. And that comes from Drir Naam Dan. Dan, Naam is that gift that you got through Rasana, Jap, Japon, Banwari. So this is the authenticity of remembrance. It just goes. You're not white knuckling them into surrender. You're just displacing them. You're distilling out the ego from them. That fuel is needed. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Mohanka. It is just that you have to reorient them, distill them off the ego. And Kaho Nanak eh Tat Bichari, this is the essence of the whole process. Ramanam Jap Par Utari, again, it concludes with Jap. It began with Jap, Japo, Rasana Japa Japo, it's ending with Ramanama Japa Par Utari. Jap here is a verb, it was a noun in the first verse. So you see, This is a process that begins with the senses and leads you beyond them. It leads you into the mind space, beyond the senses. That is how the two, the external and the internal, are synchronized. That is oneness. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.